So ultimately, the correction is in our thoughts. So really simple, lesson 80 now is if you would recognize your problem, you recognize that you have no problems, that the fundamental problem has already been solved. The idea that you could be separated from God has already been solved. So actually, when we recognize that, we start to realize that we have no problems. Now you go, well, I have bills to pay and all this stuff in my life. Yeah, but why it troubles you is because of fear. So this really is a question between God and the ego and which is going to be real for us. So if you start to now it's about changing our mind and starting to train our mind to think with God, to think with abundance, to think with God as my supply, and to turn away from scarcity of all kinds, even though the world is constantly trying to tell you that scarcity is real and that's the way that life is. So, how do we do this? This is the miracle process. It's a constantly learning to have our minds think with God and turn away from anything that tries to prove or teach us that separation is real. It's ultimately to recognize that you've already been given everything in creation. Nothing in this world can add to you. Nothing can take away from you. You're already complete. Now you have to realize it in your own thoughts. And that's the game of life. And until you do it, you are sentenced to suffer. And when you do it, and the more that you develop that miracle-mindedness, eventually suffering just doesn't even have a place to arise in your life. And that's the goal of really all human existence, is to realize that while we're in form, to experience that while we have this precious birth as a human being, to be able to realize this.